Hello and welcome to Prophetic News episode 8 with Markus Verneutzer and our medium Judith Miller. Hi Judith.
Hi Marcus, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm eager to know what spirits told you about what's going on in the world.
Well, Spirit's been really interesting up to now, and we've always said that everything we do on this is very much Spirit-led and Spirit-guided. So this episode is very much a big message as for the collective, a few predictions, but quite a big message. And if I could say, one of the reasons why Spirit have been kind of giving these predictions and then bringing in revelations is to show that, they're helping us in many ways. Not just are they helping prepare us, again, I want to say prepare us, but they share their truths with us. A lot has come true. A lot is still yet to come true. We're only halfway through the year. So they're showing that they have our best interests at heart. They're helping us see what's coming, but they're also trying to guide us in a collective message and a collective guidance. So, will I make a start, Marcus?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I'll start off with the predictions. There's a few predictions. So you hear me talking about Princess Anne. We've talked about Princess Anne before, and it has come to pass already. That came true week before, it came true. There's more to come on Princess Anne. Princess Anne, I know she's UK, but your royal family is known throughout, so it plays a part in the Commonwealth and right across. Also, I want to say Princess of Wales, Catherine. She feels very much under pressure, and she feels under pressure by us, the public. There's more to come, but she is going to be okay. I think we need to respect people. We need to respect their privacy as much as ours. Okay, so I've written down about Dwight York, and I've heard that name, but I didn't really know who it was. And Dwight York is a footballer, and there's an announcement coming about Dwight York soon. I've written down marksman, and I've written down, but I feel it's two separate. So there's marksman. When I say that, I feel I'm being shown a situation where it's okay. So what I'm being shown a situation. I don't know if it's somebody being held, but I see there's law enforcement. I want to say USA. I'm seeing law enforcement, and the law enforcement are kind of like there's armed police. So I want to say that's to do with the USA. I'm just passing as I get it. Also, you'd be interested in this one, Marcus. German soldiers on the march, Europe. Big challenges ahead of them. NATO's fault. And we said way at the beginning that NATO was going to be responsible for escalating, and a lot of that's coming to pass. So a lot of that is true. I've also got Japan. Japan storms monsoon, washout. Cape Town, trouble. And I've also written down preparations on what is happening now and much to come. Now we've touched on this in other episodes. I've always we've always said we trust more will come out when it needs to, and Spirit always does kind of bring that in. Worlds apart, children, worlds apart. So we've also talked about the children and the lost children, and so rather than make assumptions, I know there'll be more to come on that, but remember what they've said, children, worlds apart. And also I want to go to King Charles. He is going to have to step back from his duties. I know he's worked hard and I know he's pursuing that on, but I also have to say that he is going to have to take a step back, and it will be to do with his health. Now, this was interesting because I've just went with everything as I do normally, and I have to say the Star of David, very relevant this year, specifically this year. So I'm just going to pass that exactly as, and I want to say European Army. Again, we've had about the European Army for some time. So we have, now, this brings me to Spirit's message. If you excuse me, it's quite a big message. So I'll make a start. So Spirit are saying, divided is your world from truth and reality. People fear other people's thoughts. That is all they are. Thoughts. By using other people's thoughts, you then allow it to create the reality you live in. My dears, go to the center of your reality, your heart. Detach from other people's behaviors. Then you are, I am. Told you it was coming into play. Nothing else. The I am covers everything. It does not need any further adaptations or aids. Just trust in yourself to allow rather than control. A time of preparation is upon you. This will call for you to either allow or control. There is no right or wrong. The answer is the answer you choose for yourselves individually.
And here we come to create the reality.
Yeah, yes.
So I am, you create with this your own reality, not inside yourself. It will appear in front of your eyes. When you lie,
but you have to go to your heart.
Yeah, it has to do with the heart chakra as well.
Yes.
When you lie, you agree only to this, what other people think, and you go maybe in the future a new direction. But it doesn't mean you create your own world. With the I am, you start to be creator of your own world. And so we have the chance to be the leader of the new world, or only the people who are following other leaders.
Well, yeah, that actually goes in sync with the rest of the message. So the rest of the message is clarity is there, yet gets masked by emotions which hide the clarity your world is going through. A state of change, many will not travel forward into the next frequency. This was chosen before you all got here. Your planet is, in fact, very much a school. You all come to learn, to teach, and evolve. Just like your sunrise sets, so must your moon, your shadow self. We are here to guide when you allow. It allows us to guide you forward, to help awaken the sleeping spirit within that untamed consciousness. When you insist on controlling, you hold yourself in a prison that prevents you from expanding that awareness and quiet the mind. Until the mind is quiet, you don't hear, like people listening but without the sound. Allow us to help you. When you allow, the experience is much calmer, with your dreams and creations manifesting much quicker than control, which slows and stops that creation. We have shared many truths with you all of what has yet to come, and much that has already come true. Now we must prepare your world and its vibration that is changing greatly. We wish you all peace, love, and hope as Mother Earth self-cares. Trust the bigger picture will show itself soon. Allow your state of awareness to open and guide. Love with all your might. We will speak again soon. For now, we wish you all strength to follow your heart. Much love, take care.
There was a point what I thought, it caught my attention. Love with your mind. Why with your mind, not with your heart? Could you go a little bit into it?
Where's the love with the mind?
You said it 2 sentences before.
Love with all your might.
With all your might. Okay, I didn't get it.
I just want to say, where was the
accent?
Sorry, that's the Irish coming out in my. No, it's love with all your might.
Okay, good. It was quite interesting, and like most of the time, something you have to think about it. And for sure, many of our audience will try to interpret it and take a guess, or they take it literally. However, they are going to take this message, I think it is something essential what we should follow and have an eye on it, of this, what's going on in the world and what spirit's trying to tell us, like a guidance.
Yeah.
Jude, I'm sure you want to say a little bit more about this.
I want to just say, Spirit's talking to me, and what they're saying to me is, it is a time of preparation.
For what?
For what lies ahead.
What is it? It's a new world, or something what comes after it?
The oneness. No, many people they're trying to awaken many people, and it's like a big surge over the last couple of years, a big surge. And we talk about the seals. The first seal is open, the seventh seal is coming, the second seal is coming. And if Spirit has shown in themselves as anything, is to show that they're true, they're loving, and they are putting us, and they're trying to awaken us. So I very much have to say a time of preparation is upon us. I feel that, but I also know Spirit have been preparing us and all who are prepared to listen.
When we listen to said gurus, they very often mention that a dark energy around the planet has increased. Did you get information about the bad, negative energy around the world from the spirits,
So as you
where
say that,
where it comes from. This
okay,
energy, does it come from us
yes,
or
our
from
mind.
spirits, or from spirits, low vibrational spirits?
So we touched on this last time a little bit, as in the vibrations and the frequencies. And since then, I've actually sat down and had a conversation with Spirit about this, because something else arose that needed me to go over this with Spirit again for somebody in particular. And it's strange because also Spirit has given me that in their message today about the shadow. The dark energy that we see, the shadows, a lot of it is our shadow self. A lot of it is what we create. And again, it goes back to the message, what we create, whether we create from the heart or do we create from the mind. When we create from the heart, we're allowing, and we're doing so from a place of love. When we create from the mind, we're doing so from a form of control because we want to control the outcome, but we're also doing it from a place of fear and emotions. So the shadows, Spirit very much, and I totally respect other people's decisions, and I can only go with what my Spirit team guide me. And it's very much our shadow selves. Everything has a reflection. The moon, the sun, everything has a reflection. And we talk about the moon does not exist apart from our reality because we have been fed that as we've grown. And our mind creates what we see. So Spirit are very much showing that. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the Spirit have just said the reality and the changes coming to your world is going to do away with the fear of those shadows, but people are going to understand more that what happens with the shadow, we create. So there's a blending of the light and the dark.
Let me dig here into it a little bit deeper. Many people, they will understand it like it is only our imagination. But it is not only imagination, because we live in an universe with many dimensions, higher and lower dimensions. When we think, or when we put attention to something what creates fear in us, in one universe it takes a form. And this, most of the time, this kind of universe or dimension is near to our dimension. That means we are created from beings like God, us created. But this kind of beings, because they are created out of fear, they consume fear. So there's a circle. They create fear, they consume fear, and they depend on us, but as well, they make us fear for something and we create something new. In this way, we are creators and we create our negative world. And
Yeah.
all this, what we believe positive, if we say Jesus Christ never existed, it is a fairy tale. When we believe he exists, there's a dimension, he will exist, he will guide human beings, and he will be there for us. So
Yes.
all what we believe in one dimension takes reality, creates
Yes.
reality, and it is every time connected to our reality. So we are the creator of the positive and the negative.
Yes. But you touched on something I want to also clarify. I have actually so I've been working with Spirit regarding this week, and you touched about people who believe in Jesus Christ. Okay? Now, I want to go back to the Bible. And Spirit has always said to us, the Bible is the book of holy codes. So it's like prophecy, it's like revelations, it's how you interpret the Bible is how it's important. So we go to God. Some people may believe in God. Some people may believe, if my voice goes, it's not me, it's Spirit. Some people might believe in God. Some people might believe in the divine. Some people believe in the universe. Some people believe in source. Whatever their version of that is real. It's their version. So then we've got the different variations for God, the different names. They're all real. They're in the Bible. They're all real. So it's not that the Bible is saying you have to call God specific words. They're not. They're talking about different timelines, dimensions, and when they were known as that. So then we go to Jesus. Okay. Jesus was born from the line of Ruth. Okay. Joshua was reincarnated from Jesus. So as you go through the Bible and you go through all the different stories and lifetimes, it's cycles. They're reincarnating, it's cycles. So this, Emmanuel, Joshua, all the different people that, get connected in with Jesus. These people, the timelines exist, but they all reincarnate. So the Bible is not full. You said that the wrong way. The Bible is not full of like all these people, like constant, like all these different families. It's generations recycle, lifetimes recycling, regeneration. So everything has a cycle, and we talk about a beginning and an end. But everything goes forward right through that cycle. And so do we. So do we with the shadow. So do we with the learning. And what Spirit are saying here is that the human in us has to have the logic answer. We have to feel we're right. I discussed this with you the other day. We have to feel we're right. The human side in us, okay? And the human side in us looks for the logic answer, as I was explaining. But you're working with the mind, you're working with your shadow self.
But here we often invent something to connect it to a logic think what we want to believe. So very often spirits say trust in the process. But
Yes.
because of our mind, we look what is around us, what would be a logic explanation. And most of the time, this logic explanation is to 70% wrong. But we believe on it and we create our belief system, and it starts with the time to fall apart.
Yeah.
But until it falls apart, we strongly believe in it, and it seems to be true. I saw it so often that people said, it is his fault, it is her fault. I was it not, it was something else. And it is only to look around what makes a logic connection. And even so, there is no logic connection. We want to see something. And in real, it has nothing to do with a real reality.
No, because the human side on us needs that. They need to make sense of everything. But sometimes we don't have to make sense of it. We just have to trust. I've passed messages in our other episodes where I've had people say to me, surely that can't be true. Why can it not be true? Because your logic mind is telling you it can't be true. But yet Spirit is showing that many things have come true, many things still have to come true. But they're validating their own messages in each episode. They're validating with the revelations and the predictions. So they're coming hand in hand, and that's correct. But when we learn to get out of our own way, well, then it very much, we're being spirit. I always say when we're spirit led, we allow. When we control, we're ego, we're mind. We have to, I would do different classes and people would say, I'm completely surrendered. I completely surrender, but they don't, because, and they understand it at the end of the class, because they understand, well, I felt I'd surrendered, but I didn't want to let go. That's that they understand, or they feel the need to try and make that outcome the way they want it. But we're all guilty of that. We're all guilty of that, because if life was just so perfect, we wouldn't have the shadow self. We wouldn't be here to learn lessons, and we wouldn't be here to evolve. So I understand Spirit are saying there's no right or wrong.
It's only a learning process.
It's all a learning process. And I also want to say, and many might disagree with me, but I have to stand true to Spirit. And my voice keeps trying to go now. So I have to stay true to Spirit. There is no hell. There is no physical hell. We all cross over. We all learn, and we all maybe have a different vibration and frequency, but there's no hell. The hell that we experience is the one we live in. Whether if we want to create it like that, then it's hell. If we want to live in a better life, it's up to us to create it. So it's very, very true.
But maybe let us speak a little bit about this idea, because hell as a place seems not to exist, like a paradise, the opposite of paradise. It exists something what is negative, but it is created by us, by our inner self, where we go to. Yeah, exactly. And very often it is not very clear for unexperienced people when we speak in general terms. That's the reason why I like to dig every time a little bit deeper into it to clarify it. Because when someone says there doesn't exist a hell, they take from this 50% and then they modify it. And there's no bad place. We come all together, same vibration, same place, and it goes on like here on Earth with maybe problems. But it is not like that. God's laws are fair, and everyone in the afterlife gets its place and try it again and again through the reincarnation to come to this point what he wants us to learn.
Yes, but also I want to say, because I am working with Spirit right now, so whatever I share, I am working with Spirit. And I also, what I do want to say is our world, the people within it, the elites of our world control us like puppets on a string. Yeah, and they do so through fear. Like COVID showed people how our world reacted. It was when we talk about polarities, it was two extremes, to either to the negative or to the positive. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, because a lot of people lost their lives, and it's important we remember that. But I'm talking to the level of fear. People felt that they could not make their own decisions. People felt that they had to agree with what they were being told. People were so scared, and rightly so, because that fear was placed out there. And it was placed out there purposely to see how much control people were going to get.
Yeah, so elite. It's slavery.
Absolutely.
The name has changed. The way has changed, but there's still slavery between people in power and the other ones. They believe they're in a good way guided. And
but
it is not like
change.
that.
There's a lot of change. A lot of change isn't just coming up in this year. Yes, this year's this year is a milestone, I want to say, going forward for what all is to come. But I do also, please, can I ask you to stop that? Sorry. Okay. I also want to say that 2029 is a very big relevant year. Okay. So again, I want to put it out there that when we hear the predictions and when we hear Spirit's message, Spirit is not saying anything to scare us. Our world is going to survive. You know, this is all, the world is going to survive. What we hear about, it's not going to, this is, you know, the world's going to end, this is going, no, it's not. It's not. So when people listen to our messages, they're not of a negative. They're only of a negative if you take them as a negative. What Spirit is doing is Spirit are preparing, and they're showing you that yes, different things is going to happen in our world, but to trust, because the more we fear, the more we're creating all what's happening. But at the same time, when we allow and trust, it's taking the fear. That's why they say, but calmer, you know, things is calmer, because it's not creating that same fear, and it's not creating the illusions that were being created right now. And COVID showed a lot of people that everything you're told is not true, as in the elites and the governments, and that's what I mean. People are taking their power back, their own belief system back. And it's okay for people to have their own belief system and it be different than ours or yours. That's fine, because that's individual to each person. The whole matter is that they have their own belief system. Regardless if it's different to ours, it's still theirs. And we're all entitled to that. The free will that was taken away is coming back. It's coming back. And the next pandemic in September next year will not have the same power over us. It won't.
And I think people who are not able to channel, they really should trust every important medium I know, and every person who channels, and here I speak about myself, we get from the spirit level every time the message, all will be just fine. It has to come like this, but the world is going to be not only a better place, a wonderful place. And the dates are every time 29 and also 2029, 2030. And a very difficult year, 24, 25. But they say it worth it. All must be like that to have a life in a different, nicer, and better world.
Yeah.
Judith, do you have more for us?
No, I think that's us for today. It's been very interesting. I enjoyed the wee chat, but I just want to reiterate, trust. Take from the lessons that's already passed, and know that you're in the control. So you either allow or you can try to keep controlling that outcome, and by doing so is the vibration and the energy that you will live in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you so much to your spirit team and to you, Judith. And I hope our audience appreciates the information, and we see us next time to Prophetic News with Judith Miller. Have a good time. Take care. Bye.